Hey everybody, welcome to my Big Tidy Up. My name is DeDe. If this is your first time finding my channel, welcome. I'm happy you're here. And Tidy Uppers, if you're coming back, thanks for joining me again today. I appreciate you being here. Now today's video is a little bit different. Normally when it's recording day, I'm up early, I'm excited, I'm pumped up, I'm ready to go. Today, not so much, because today's topic are the gross jobs I hate to clean. They're the tougher things in my home, the things that are out of sight, out of mind. I put them off. I don't do them very often because, well, they're not very fun. And you know, my husband and I have this joke. Sometimes if something's disappointing to me, I'll say, oh, that was disappointing. And he'll say, well, honey, not every day is Christmas. Well, today sure ain't Christmas. It's a little disappointing, but I've got to get these jobs done. And I hope this video motivates you too to get some of those tough jobs done that you don't like to do. Today, we're just going to do them all. We're just going to rip the Band-Aid off and get after it. So I hope this video inspires you to rip the Band-Aid off and get some of those done in your home as well. Thanks for being here. So without any further ado, let's get started and let's get tidy. Well, I have always made the suggestion that if you have a list of things to do, try to tackle the hardest thing first. Get that job done and knock it off your list. Well, today I'm going to try to practice what I preach, and I am going to be tackling underneath and behind my washer and dryer. You can see this area does not get a lot of attention. It becomes very dirty and gross because I neglect it, I admit it. And the laundry room is so narrow, you really can't pull out the washer and dryer at the same time. So you kind of have to do one, then push it back and do the other, which just gives me another excuse not to do it. But today, we're going to get it done. And I have a feeling I'll be doing a little treasure hunting. No telling what I'm going to find when I pull the washer and dryer out. Well, I figured between the washer and dryer, the dryer would be the worst, but it's a little dirtier than I thought it would be. And I thought I might find a random sock or dryer sheet. I didn't think I'd find a folded pair of socks, but you know, it is what it is. One thing I wanted to let you guys know that throughout today's video, I am going to be answering some of those questions that I didn't get to when we had the previous Q&A. If you guys will remember, a couple of weeks ago, I had kind of a day in the life and I was answering your questions that you sent. Well, I didn't get to all of them, and I promised in a future video, if I didn't address your question, I would get to it. Well, today is that future video, so I am going to be answering some of those questions. What I'm spraying on here is just Dawn Power Wash. I'm just using Dawn Power Wash in hot water, and I have a feeling with some of my dirty jobs today, Dawn Power Wash is going to be my go-to. Okay, time for one of those questions. One question I was asked, are you musical? Do you play an instrument? You know, I got asked a lot of random questions, but I'm kind of glad that I got some off-the-wall questions because I think that helps you guys get to know me better, and I want you to know me. I would say, yes, I am musical, and I do play one instrument. It's the piano. I had about 8 years of lessons growing up, so I do enjoy playing music and listening to all kinds of music. So I'm musical, I think. Now I do have the floor and the wall behind the dryer cleaned, but before I push it back and start with the washer, I do want to go ahead and use this tool to get down in the areas that I can't normally reach. Now this little tool hooks to the end of your vacuum, and it doesn't matter if it's a corded vacuum or a cordless vacuum. You just hook it to the nozzle, and then with this wire you're able to navigate this tube, and you can put it down right here into where your dryer vent and your little lint collector goes. And so you're able to get all of that extra lint that you can't reach your hand down in there to get. Now, I do have my vacuum here, my dirty vacuum. That's another job that's going to happen today. But you can see there's not much in it. So I think you're going to be surprised how much I'm going to get out of here just by using this little tool. But I don't know, you've seen behind and the floor before, so maybe you won't be surprised. But I have a feeling it's going to be a lot. This tool really is so easy to use, guys. As you can tell, there's no real skill involved. You just really put it down there, wiggle it around, and it will find the lint, and it does all the work for you. I will try to link it in the description below. I've had it for quite some time. I did get it from Amazon, so I'm not sure if they still have it, but if they have it, I will link it for you if you're on the lookout for something like that. And here are the results. All of that came from just using that nozzle. Now I know it would probably be better if you can lift your dryer up and really get underneath there, but since I'm by myself, this is how we're rolling today, and I really do think I got a good clean on it just by using this nozzle. And it's off to the washer now. Well, it's definitely not as bad as the dryer, but I definitely wouldn't call it good. And this does lead me to my next question, which is kind of funny considering what today's video is about. But the question was, what's one cleaning job that you put off doing? Well, this whole video is your answer, because everything in this video that I'm going to do today are cleaning jobs that I put off.
Hit you up, I'm on the other side. I miss you. Take you off, I came in way too strong. Cannot keep it low key. Got me drugged, your pheromones hit the roof. Auto, your taste. It's really a bad reception out there. Where you heading? Why ain't gravity pulling you in closer to me? I've lost you. But I need you, and you're off my radar now. I've lost you. Telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar now. Found myself in between the lines, underneath your bed sheets. It started fun, but now I'm in too deep into this flow. A zero-sum game that I will lose. There's no zipping past it. Every time you walk away from me, I want you. How could I want you more? Or when did I lose my perspective? Oh God, have I lost it? But my cravings for you so shameless, can't get enough. I've lost you. But I need you, and you're off my radar now. I've lost you. Telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar now. I'm like an outcast from pillar to post. There's no denial I'm chasing.
Well, here's my next dirty job that doesn't get a lot of attention, and it's not the microwave up top, and it's not the cooktop below. It's what's in between. It's my little exhaust fan for my range hood. Underneath here is nothing but dirt and grease and grime, and it's been neglected, and today I'm going to take care of it.
And you're off my radar.
Well, we've all heard that saying, it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Well, today, I guess I'm that somebody because since I just can't throw these away and buy new ones because my range hood is dated, I'm going to have to clean them. And I'm going to be using this OxiClean spray wash and a good old Dawn power wash. I told you it was going to be my go-to today. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to soak these with hot water. And then I am going to spray some OxiClean on there and some Dawn Power Wash. And then I've got a little brush that I'm going to use to try to clean these up. And I'm going to let them soak for a while and then I'll come back to it. Now I know you can use OxiClean, the powder, but since I don't have any of the powder just to pour in, I'm just using like the stain remover that you use for your laundry to spray on there to loosen everything up. And since these are full of grease and grime, Dawn Power Wash, that's what I'm going to spray in there as well. And I'm going to let them soak and then I'll come back to them. But I have heard of a technique where some people put these in the oven on a low heat so it kind of melts that grease off of there. But since I didn't want that mess and I didn't want to risk having a fire, I'm just going to let them soak while I clean underneath here. Well, I've got everything underneath all clean, and so I'm going to come back to the bucket. It really hasn't been soaking that long, and you can tell all of the dirt and grime and grease starting to break up. So I'm going to just go ahead and use my little electric brush here and clean it up. Now, it's not a real fancy one. I know you can get fancy like Black & Decker ones off of Amazon, but I have this big brush as well that I can use. So I'm just going to spray on some more product, give it a good scrubbing, and it's going to come out really nice. Well, this next project I'm not a fan of, not because it's super dirty like cleaning behind the washer or dryer, but because it's time consuming and I just haven't found a quick and easy way to do it. So if you have a quick and easy way to do this job, I would love to hear your suggestions. But what it's about is maintaining my stairs. Now, when I run the vacuum, I run it quite often in the house, and almost always when I run the vacuum, I try to hit the stairs too. Well, I was told many years ago, because your stairs are such a high traffic area, that every so often after you vacuum and the pile is clean, you need to comb it and lift up that pile. That the comb can do some work that even the vacuum can't do, and it helps your pile last longer and not get matted down. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. And you don't think you have that many stairs until you're on your hands and knees doing this motion a lot. So if you guys have a suggestion on how to get this job done quicker, other than like bringing in a garden rake, which I have considered, please let me know. Another question I received was, do you have a set schedule for washing your windows? Do you wash them for spring cleaning or at certain times of the year or the start of each new season? No, I'm not quite that ambitious. I do wash my windows, but I don't have a schedule where I just say, okay, today I'm going to start and I'm going to start at the top of the house and go all the way down and hit every window. Usually when I do a deep cleaning in each room, I'll take care of the windows in that room. But as far as a schedule for washing my windows, I don't have one. I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants, and it's an as-needed basis. I know it's probably hard to see on camera, but it really does make a big difference. I hate to say that because I really would like to ditch this chore, but it does make a big difference. Next question. Have you ever in any previous video, or would you consider in a future video, ever adding any ASMR sounds? Well, the answer is I have not put any in any previous videos. It's not that I'm against it. It's just really not my thing, but I do think it can be very cool and very relaxing and soothing to listen to if it's done correctly. So since you asked, here is 15 seconds of me combing the carpet. Well, here's another one of those jobs that is just time consuming. Yes, it's dirty, but it's not super bad, but it's just one of those things that you can't do quickly, and it's easy to forget about them because I'm really good about wiping the seat down or the backs of the chair, but the further we get down to the ground, the more I have to bend down or get down on my hands and knees, the more likely I am to skip it until the next time. Well, that's what happens. I just skip it, and then I skip it again, and maybe I'll skip it again. So today I'm going to get them all taken care of. And it's kind of like the stairs. You don't know how many stairs you have until you're trying to comb each one. Well, you don't know how many chair legs you have until you're wiping them all down too.
I've been trying my best for a while, trying to please everyone who's around me. I've been putting on a fake smile, even though I'm wasting time. I don't want to be trapped in a box, trying to be like the rest when I'm not. I just want to go my own way, gonna let the past burn down, cause honestly don't want to be stuck in boring conversations with you. I'm gonna leave it all behind, find myself, I'm gonna start over new. Yeah, I'm on my way now.
And my last dirty job for today, well, that's to clean the cleaners of the dirty jobs, my vacuums. Now, I do have several vacuums. You know, I couldn't be my big tidy up without a variety of vacuums, but it doesn't matter if they're corded or they're cordless. They all get dirty and they have to be maintained so that they smell fresh every time you turn them on. So today, without any further ado, no more stalling, it's time to clean these dirty vacuums.
Playing songs on my guitar, I know I have to be somewhere else to be able to find myself.
Well, now that I've got those canisters emptied, I am going to go ahead and start working on the filters. I want to rinse them off real good and then get them soaking, since it does take a while to get everything out of there and then have them air dry outside so they can be thoroughly dry when I put the vacuums back together. But one thing you might notice, if you've been with me before, I am wearing rubber gloves. And you know, I usually don't wear rubber gloves when I do cleaning around my home, but when I do clean my vacuums, I always wear rubber gloves because everything's coming off the floor, and I have been known to take my vacuums outside and vacuum off the porch, and who knows what's out there. final question of the day. You and your husband have 5 children, and you both appear to be neat and tidy. Are your children neat and tidy too? Well, let me just say right now that I'm sure the children that are watching are going over and turning up the volume so they can hear my answer. But I would say out of our children, we have a couple that kind of take it to the next level. They really like things clean. They enjoy organizing and having systems. So I would say a couple of them, they really take it to the next level. The others maybe have a more casual approach to tidying up, but they all have happy homes and they all have systems that work for them. So I would say overall, they're a tidy bunch. But I'm also thinking right now that they're going to be like texting each other going, who's the tidy one? Who do you think she's talking about? But I think they know.
Love could be so sweet, I never knew it would sting. I never knew love like this would leave me in pieces. Oh, Emily, when did you fall right out of love?
Last item of business, just to add a few scent booster beads into the canisters to keep them smelling fresh. Now, in the past, I have used little pieces of cotton ball, and you can put essential oil on the cotton ball, drop it in your canister, and every time you turn it on and it spins, it makes the room smell wonderful, and that works great too. But since I have these scent booster beads, they're so easy. You just sprinkle a few in, it doesn't take many, and every time you turn it on, it smells great, and it really keeps your canister smelling fresh in between vacuums.
It's already over. Too late to talk and fix whatever's broken. I always thought love like ours would last. I never knew love could pass. Tomorrow comes and you are not around. Feels uneasy. Oh, Emily, when did you fall right out of love? Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I feel.
Well, Tidy Uppers, that's it for today. The jobs have been done. With a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, a little bit of sweat, I was able to get those things done and mark them off my list. And now I can go back to my normal routine of ignoring those places until they get bad again. And then we'll have to come revisit them once again. Thank you guys for being here and watching. I hope this video motivates you, inspires you to tackle some of those places that aren't fun, that you need to get done, but you kind of put on the back burner. Because you guys being here and watching me, you gave me inspiration and motivation. I knew you'd be here every Friday watching and to see what I could accomplish. So I wanted to add those to my list, tackle them and get them done. So thank you for being here. It means the world and it helps inspire me and keeps me going. I want you to take care of yourself. I'll see you next Friday. But until Friday comes, stay tidy.